If Jesus is our example, shouldn't we follow him in keeping the Sabbath? The ultimate test of obedience. Will you follow Christ's example? Imagine for a moment that you're standing in the crowd, watching Jesus walk the dusty roads of Galilee. He heals the sick, gives sight to the blind, and preaches with authority that even the Pharisees cannot deny. But there's one practice he never neglected. He kept the Sabbath. Yes, Jesus, the Son of God, who was with the Father from the beginning, John 1:1-3, who spoke the universe into existence, kept the Sabbath. And he came to Nazareth, where he had been brought up. And as his custom was, he went into the synagogue on the Sabbath day and stood up for to read. Luke 4:16. Did you catch that? As his custom was. Not occasionally, not when it was convenient, but every Sabbath, Jesus observed the day of rest. He didn't just keep it. He honored it as a sacred time set apart by God himself at creation. Yet here we are today with millions claiming to follow Christ, but ignoring his example. They declare boldly, "Christ is my Sabbath," or "We are under the new covenant." But where in Scripture did Jesus or his apostles abolish the Sabbath? Christ is our example, not our excuse. Jesus himself declared, "If you love me, keep my commandments." John 14:15. Not just 9 of them, not just the ones that fit your lifestyle or church tradition, but all 10. If Christ is our example, should we not walk as he walked? He that saith he abideth in him ought himself also so to walk, even as he walked. 1 John 2:6. The argument often raised is, Christ is our Sabbath rest. But nowhere did Jesus say, "I am your Sabbath, so you no longer need to keep it." In fact, he said the complete opposite. The Sabbath was made for man, and not man for the Sabbath. Therefore the Son of Man is Lord also of the Sabbath. Mark 2:27-28. If he is the Lord of the Sabbath, why would he discard his own lordship? How can we claim to follow Christ while disregarding the very commandment he himself kept? New Covenant misconceptions. Some say, but we are under the new covenant. The law is written on our hearts, and Christ fulfilled the law. Yes, he did fulfill the law, but he never abolished it. In his own words, "Think not that I am come to destroy the law or the prophets. I am not come to destroy, but to fulfill." Matthew 5:17. Fulfill does not mean abolish. When you fulfill a promise, you don't throw it away. You complete it. Christ lived out the law perfectly, as our example. And concerning the new covenant, the law is written on our hearts. Hebrews 8:10, not erased from existence. If it's written on your heart, you would desire to keep it, not find excuses to discard it. Will you walk as he walked? Christ kept the Sabbath. His disciples kept the Sabbath. Acts 17:2, Acts 18:4. Even after his death and resurrection, the apostles continued observing it. Why? Because nothing changed regarding God's law. So the question stands. If Jesus is our example, and he kept the Sabbath, what excuse do we have not to follow him? Will you follow tradition, or will you follow Christ? The choice is yours. But understand this, not every one that saith unto me, Lord, Lord, shall enter into the kingdom of heaven, but he that doeth the will of my Father which is in heaven. Matthew 7:21. If you claim to follow Christ, then follow his example, all of it. Stop making excuses. Stop justifying rebellion. Walk as he walked. Keep the Sabbath. Now,